Tonight, the future of Fulton County's prosecution of former President Donald Trump rests in the hands of a judge.
That's right. Right now, he must decide whether or not to disqualify District Attorney Fani Willis and her team from the Georgia interference case, the election interference case. 11 Alive's Grace King spent the day in the courtroom. Grace, we know a lot at stake. So when might we expect a decision here?
Hopefully at some point in the next 2 weeks. Judge Scott McAfee has heard the evidence, the arguments, but says there's still a lot of legal questions and facts he wants to consider. On Friday, each side making the case for disqualification.
Prosecutors don't act like this. Lawyers don't act like this.
And against it.
Desperate. It's a desperate attempt to remove a prosecutor from a case for absolutely no reason.
The defense alleges DA Fani Willis financially benefited from her decision to award Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade a contract for this case worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They say it's a conflict of interest because their romantic relationship began before he was hired.
Frankly, couldn't care less if they had a personal relationship outside of work. That is not what the issue is here. The issue is that they began this relationship in 2019.
The state says Willis and Wade began dating after Wade became special prosecutor and that there's no proof of financial gain.
It doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense for a reason, because it doesn't exist.
They also debated the question of forensic misconduct and whether Willis crossed the line with the comments she made at a church over Martin Luther King Day weekend.
It was a calculated determination by Ms. Willis to prejudice the defendants and their counsel.
The state says those comments weren't directed towards the defendants in this case, but rather a congresswoman and commissioner with no relation to the case.
She, again, was merely responding to comments made by Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bridget Thorne, two other political officials, therefore making her comments not even close in the realm of any sort of forensic misconduct.
Now, several weeks ago, Judge Scott McAfee said even the appearance of a conflict could potentially be grounds for disqualification. The state spent about 45 minutes this afternoon arguing that it has to be an actual conflict, not just the appearance of one. So that's certainly one of the legal issues the judge will have to look at before issuing his decision.
Absolutely, Grace. Thanks.